What made you become a Muslim?
When I decided to ponder.
Welcome back to Christianity over Islam, where we dive deep into the most intense, thought-provoking debates of our time. Today, we have an explosive discussion that you won't want to miss. In this heated debate, Shamoun, one of the most well-known Christian apologists, goes head-to-head with a Muslim convert. But here's the twist: after the exchange, the convert admits that he has no clear reason for why he accepted Islam. What led to his conversion? And can Shamoun's powerful arguments challenge his beliefs? Stay tuned as we unpack this conversation and explore the surprising outcome of this intense intellectual clash. Let's get right into it.
So how long have you been a Muslim?
Like a year now.
On your journey, what made you become a Muslim? Now we can talk about what really matters. Forget about who set you up and set me up. But don't talk down to me, so I don't talk down to you. So what made you become a Muslim?
Well, I do appreciate you having me here. I wanted to make that known. I understand your intentions are good. You want to
I asked you a question. You see, I asked you a question.
I will answer your question. I wanted to say this in the beginning, but
let's forget the niceties. Get to the point. You don't know my heart.
I appreciate the niceties. So,
friend, you don't know my heart. I don't know your heart. God knows my heart, whether I'm nice or not. Forget about personality. Can you get to the point? What made you become a Muslim?
When I decided to ponder about the nature of God.
Okay.
What God's nature is.
So why would you become a Muslim? That doesn't mean you become a Muslim by pondering the nature of God. So what led you to Islam?
I believe that their description of what God is true.
What's the description of God? Let's see how much you know the Quran. How does the Quran describe Allah?
He is the creator. He was there before creation. He is
that can be said of any personal deity believed by any theistic group that believes in a personal being. That's not sufficient to show Islam is true. Jews believe that, Christians believe that. What is it about Allah of the Quran that leads you to assume that Allah of the Quran is a true God?
Probably because he's just.
So I don't know if I should laugh or cry. He's just?
Yep.
And so even let's go with that before I get into the Quran itself. You just described a theistic God that is affirmed by Jews, Christians, and Muslims. You still haven't told me why Allah of the Quran.
Well, first I want to make clear I don't believe that God is a person. So he doesn't have a person.
So it's an it. So when the Quran describes Allah as speaking and communicating, so Allah's an it?
Yeah.
Really? Can you give me the verse of the Quran that says Allah is an it?
It doesn't say it. It uses he because that's just how Arabic is.
Prove it. Give me the Arabic dictionary lexicon that says that's how the Arabic is. Don't make assertions. Prove it.
Okay, let's see.
Give me the Arabic lexicon which says that the reason why Allah is described with masculine pronouns as opposed to feminine pronouns is because he's an it. So if it's an it, why not call him she? Give me the Quran and the Arabic lexicons. Don't make assertions you can't prove.
If you don't mind waiting for a response.
Yeah, I'm waiting because you're just feeding me what you think Allah is. You haven't even given me anything from the Quran to back up your assertion. So as in it, can you call him she? And can you say, oh Allah, she is so wonderful and she is so majestic. Can you do that, by the way, as you're looking up a dictionary that you're going to butcher? So can you say, Allah, she is wonderful, she is majestic? After all, if Allah is neither male nor female, then that means you can apply both pronouns to Allah. You can call him a he and a she, right? So can you say, I want this recorded. Can you say, Allah, she is wonderful, she is majestic?
No.
Say it again?
No.
But wait, I thought you said Allah is not a person, it's an it. Why can't you? Because if you can use he for Allah, why can't you use she for Allah? Because Allah is beyond gender. According to you, that's what they fed you.
Yep.
So, okay. So now, give me any source that says that Allah is in it. Show it to me.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
So, first we need to say that there's no verse in the Quran that uses, basically every time Allah is referred to, it has the word Hawa, which means he.
Huwa, yeah?
In Arabic.
So no feminine pronouns or
no
verbs?
Feminine. No.
Why not?
It even specifies this in one of the verses.
I know. Surah Al-Ikhlas, chapter 1 to...
No, not that.
Okay, now, I'm going to repeat my question again. Can you show me any verse in the Quran where feminine pronouns, verbs, and adjectives are used for Allah?
There is no feminine.
Why not?
Adjectives.
He's an it. And it can be called with masculine or feminine pronouns and verbs and adjectives. Why only masculine?
Because the nature of God is singular.
What does
and
singular have to do with masculine pronouns and verbs? You make no sense.
Because in the Arabic language,
You don't know
plural
Arabic. You've just been a
nouns-
Muslim. Here, do me a favor. I'm going to give you a chapter of the Quran. I want you to read the Arabic. I'm going to give you the Arabic link. You're going to read, because you're now pontificating in Arabic and you've been a Muslim only for a year. I'm not going to give you a link. You're going to read the Arabic and you're going to parse it and break it down for me. Are you ready?
I will not be able to do that.
Say it again.
I will not be able to do that.
So stop talking about the Arabic when you have no clue what the Arabic is. Stop telling me what the Arabic is. So I'm going to make it easy for you. This is the third time. If Allah is in it, that means He's beyond gender. Because He's beyond gender, you can then apply masculine and feminine pronouns, verbs, participles, adjectives to Allah, because He's neither male nor female. He's beyond gender, so you can use all genders to describe Him. So why only masculine pronouns, verbs, participles, adjectives?
The Quran only refers to him in the masculine.
Why? Because you told me Allah's in it. Why? You still didn't give me the answer.
Because singular means it can't be feminine or plural.
Where did you get that from? And the fact is, there is a plural noun used for Allah, and Allah is speaking of Himself in the plural all throughout the Quran. We, us, our, and Allahumma. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Allah throughout the Quran is saying we, us, our, and then there's the word Allahumma used 5 times of Allah, and that's plural, that's not singular. So what are you talking about, man? So let's come back to the issue. Why did you become Muslim again?
Because I believe Islam is the truth.
Why?
Because the nature of God is true in Islam.
We're going to go back to that again. Nothing you've told me about Allah is unique to Islam, because it's also true of Jews and Christians, meaning the Judeo-Christian concept of God. Same thing applies. Just, merciful, loving. In fact, the Judeo-Christian concept does you one better. It says that God can be your spiritual heavenly father, whereas Allah cannot be in the Quran. He's not your father.
Well, first off, we don't believe that God is all loving. We say He's the most loving. So
Okay.
there.
And now you told me what you don't believe. Prove it, though. I agree. Allah's not loving at all. Even His love is conditional. But you just made an assertion. Where did you get the Quran says He's not all? And I agree with you, but I want you to prove it, because you're parroting like a parakeet what you've been fed. Where does the Quran say He's not all loving? Though I agree with you, I just want to put you on the spot to show you don't know what you're talking about. You're just parroting the script that you inherited from those who deceived you.
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
You
verse.
don't. Yeah, I know. I know you don't.
But I can find it. So let's
you
try
can,
this.
I will give you $10 million, which I don't have, if you can tell me where the Quran says He's not all loving. And I agree with you, He's not, but I want you to show me where it says He's not all loving, He's most loving. And then I want you to parse the Arabic to prove to me that in the Arabic it should be most loving, not all loving.
So you're gonna just refer to the Arabic?
Because the Quran is in Arabic, doesn't here. Open up your Quran. Let me tell you what language the Quran is. It ain't English and ain't Swahili. You have your Quran?
Yes, I do.
Okay, open up chapter 43, read 3 and 4. What language is the Quran? Chapter 43, verse 3 to 4. You mean appeal to the Arabic? You appeal to the
Quran is
Arabic.
an Arabic Quran.
Okay, but earlier you appealed to the Arabic, and you're telling me the Arabic this, Arabic that. Now when I'm telling you, and you're saying you're appealing to the Arabic? Okay, so you agree the Quran says it's an Arabic Quran, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then why are you asking me to appeal to Arabic? First of all, you appeal to the Arabic. Now, when I appeal to the Arabic, why am I appealing to the Arabic? Okay, so can you give me a good reason why you chose Islam as your religion? I'm still waiting, because I have issues with Islam, but I haven't gotten there, because I'm still trying to get this conversation off the ground. Why you became a Muslim from agnostic? You haven't given me any good reason.
So, do you have an issue with the Arabic, or can I just use English?
No, I don't care. You, friend, let's put it in context. Who appealed to the Arabic earlier, me or you? Stop parroting what people told you and do your own investigation, because what you've given me is a script, because you do not know how to prove any of this, because you heard someone tell you these things and you're parroting them without going back and investigating. But I do agree with you. Allah is not all loving. His love is conditional and it's capricious. I agree, because Allah of the Quran is not the true God. But I'm putting you on the spot to prove your assertion, to show you don't know what you're talking about. And I do this so that you can wake up. Can you give me now the reason why you chose Allah of the Quran as your God? You still haven't given me a reason.
Because He's the most just.
Let's try this at this time. Everything you've told me is applicable to any theistic concept of God that believes in a personal creator God. Jews, Christians, Muslims. So why did you...
I wouldn't agree with that, honestly.
Say what?
I wouldn't agree with that, honestly.
So you mean you disagree with Muhammad in the Quran, who says that my God and your God are one and the same? Open up chapter 29, verse 46 for me, please.
Do not argue with the people of the Scripture except in a way that is best, except for those who commit injustice among them, and say, We believe in that which has been revealed to us and revealed to you, and our God and your God is one, and we are Muslims to him.
Okay, so according to Quran, my God and your God is the same.
It says we are Muslims to him. Are you a Muslim?
Because the word Islam means submit, right? But you see how you just did the tap dance? Did you read the part before that says, say to me, you say to me, my God and your God is the same. Can you say that to me?
You have the same God as me.
Okay, but wait, in my Bible, the God that speaks in my Bible is a spiritual father to his people, but your God is not. So how can it be the same God?
He begins by asking the Muslim speaker what led him to convert to Islam, emphasizing a desire to bypass pleasantries. The Muslim attempts to express his appreciation for being invited, showing a respectful attitude, but Shamoun presses him to get to the core answer quickly. This opening sets a slightly confrontational tone, with Shamoun pushing for a direct answer. It reflects Shamoun's intention to hold his interlocutor accountable for clear, concise responses. The Muslim speaker's politeness contrasts with Shamoun's straightforward questioning style, setting up a dynamic that highlights their different approaches to dialogue. He explains that pondering the nature of God led him to Islam, expressing a belief that the Islamic understanding of God is accurate. Shamoun counters by questioning what specific qualities of Allah convinced him to convert, arguing that generic descriptions of God's characteristics are shared by many religions. Shamoun here challenges the Muslims' rationale for conversion by pointing out the overlap between Islamic, Jewish, and Christian views on God's attributes, example, creator, pre-existent. Shamoun's aim appears to be drawing out unique features of the Islamic concept of God to see if the Muslim speaker has deeply reflected on his choice of Islam over other monotheistic faiths. He describes Allah as just and highlights certain qualities of God. However, Shamoun questions the validity of describing God in neutral, genderless terms, since Islamic texts use masculine pronouns. He presses the Muslim speaker to provide evidence supporting the notion that Allah is beyond gender, challenging the use of masculine pronouns for a genderless deity and asking why feminine pronouns are not used if Allah is truly an it. Here, Shamoun explores linguistic and theological consistency, prompting the Muslim to consider the implications of Quranic language. Shamoun's argument is strategic, as it questions whether the Muslim speaker's understanding aligns with orthodox interpretations of Islamic teachings or if it's more of a personal interpretation. This moment reveals the Muslim speaker's struggle to substantiate his views on the Arabic language and Quranic references. Shamoun challenges the Muslim's ability to speak on the Arabic text, leading to the Muslim admitting that he lacks proficiency in Arabic. Shamoun's insistence on Arabic proficiency serves to question the Muslim speaker's authority and understanding of Islamic theology. This tactic suggests Shamoun's view that a lack of Arabic knowledge might hinder one's ability to fully grasp Islamic teachings, which he uses to cast doubt on the Muslim speaker's depth of understanding. Shamoun presses the Muslim speaker on the nature of God's love in Islam, noting that Allah's love is often portrayed as conditional. The Muslim speaker agrees with Shamoun's observation, arguing that Allah is most loving rather than all-loving, which aligns with Islamic teachings that portray Allah's mercy as available primarily to believers. Shamoun criticizes this conditional love, comparing it to the Christian view, which posits a more unconditional, fatherly love from God. He pushes the Muslim speaker to provide textual evidence to back up his claim about Allah's most loving nature. This exchange highlights a theological difference between Christianity and Islam regarding the nature of God's love. Shamoun's approach questions the Muslim's interpretation and his reliance on second-hand teachings. This conversation could provoke deeper thinking in the Muslim about the Islamic portrayal of God's love and justice versus other theistic interpretations. Shamoun critiques the Muslim speaker's claim that Allah's singularity justifies the exclusive use of masculine pronouns, noting that the Quran also uses plural pronouns for Allah, example, we, our. Shamoun revisits the question of what made the Muslim speaker accept Islam, expressing frustration that the answers provided have been unconvincing and vague. By pressing on singularity versus plurality, Shamoun indirectly addresses theological complexities in Islamic doctrines about God's oneness, probing the Muslim to think more critically about Quranic language. Shamoun's approach reveals his critique of the Muslim's foundational understanding of Islamic monotheism, positioning him to challenge the depth of the Muslim speaker's faith. Throughout the debate, Shamoun employs a highly assertive and analytical style, often questioning the Muslim speaker's theological basis and language proficiency. The Muslim speaker, relatively new to Islam, appears to struggle to substantiate his beliefs with strong scriptural or linguistic evidence. Shamoun's approach is designed to expose any gaps in the Muslims' understanding, particularly about Quranic concepts and the Arabic language. Shamoun's questioning method effectively challenges the Muslims' knowledge of Islamic theology and emphasizes the importance of thorough, independent study. His critique on conditional love, the use of pronouns, and the nature of God reflects deeper theological contrast between Christianity and Islam. For someone in the Muslim speaker's position, this debate could encourage further study into Islamic doctrine and its distinguishing characteristics from other monotheistic faiths. Would you like further analysis on any specific point, or shall we delve into another part of the debate? What a fascinating exchange. The debate certainly left us with more questions than answers. After watching, do you think the Muslim convert's position is understandable? Or do some Shamoun's points expose deeper inconsistencies? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this debate, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content like this. Hit that bell icon so you won't miss any future debates or discussions. Thanks for tuning into channel name where reason and faith collide. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning.